welcome back to the Just Us Thinking After Show. I'm Michael.
And I'm Rebecca.
And I'm Mikey.
And we have a good show, but first...
Hey there, I'm Hannah from Wicked Wanderings. If you love diving deep into dark tales, spine-chilling mysteries, and the creepiest corners of true crime, then come wander with us every Wednesday. Each week, we unravel the untold stories that haunt the edges of history and explore the eerie unknowns that keep you up at night. Whether it's a notorious case or a forgotten legend, we've got the chills you're craving. So tune in wherever you listen to podcasts and join our Wicked community, where curiosity is key and wandering is a way of life.
And back to our show here. And we call this show Off With Their Heads After Show.
Yes, we did.
All right. That name was not where it went beginning.
Yeah.
Off with his head 50 times if you commit rape.
Yeah.
That's
Glad we're
not,
starting here already.
We were doing a cute little Alice in Wonderland.
Yep, and you took that to a whole new level.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
We went kind of dark there at the end, didn't we?
You did.
It sends a message, though, doesn't it?
It does.
It sounds a pretty good message, yeah.
It really does.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but I don't see that. Man, you make an example out of someone, I think people get the message.
I think they would too. I mean, yeah, I think it's much needed here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I came across the video where one of the Yellowstone videos where I think it was just after the Duttons were attacked or something, and the guy that was behind it, they kind of sought him out, and then they tied him up and they drug him by horse out. So that kind of, your story from before reminded me of that. And I was like, oh, okay.
That's a Western sentence right there.
Right. Yeah.
That's an old cowboy or Indian stuff like that.
Yeah. I've been seeing a lot of the shorts, and I'm like, oh, we need to rewatch that again. Yeah.
Well, back then, horse thieves were hung.
Yeah.
Now that's equivalent to stealing a car, but back then you steal someone's horses, they'll hang you.
Yeah. Or their cows.
Yeah. Cattle rustlers would get it big time. They'd send posses out them and go kill them.
Oh yeah. I mean, we've gone to all the the Western museums and stuff, and that's one of the things, like cows and horses. You steal those, man, you're going down.
Yeah.
They'll get you.
We watched, and it's interesting the punishment for different things that they do. The dragon behind the horse is a huge Western thing.
Okay.
But what about key hauling people?
Key hauling?
Yeah. So we watched Black Sails.
Okay.
Remember you remember that now?
Yeah.
So they would basically tie a rope and they would drag your ass underneath the boat.
Yeah.
Against the boat. Now, there's all kinds of barnacles and shit like that. And
ow.
It was basically a death sentence.
Yeah,
and
that
it was
made me hurt just watching it.
Yeah, painful way to die.
I didn't realize at first what was going on, and then I was like, oh, yeah, ow.
It's different when, you hang from the gallows. That's when you're hanging from the gallows, that little trap door goes and then you just fall. Yeah. It's really quick. But one of the worst ones to do was when they tie you to a tree out in the boonies while you're on the back of a horse.
Yeah.
And then you feel that horse move out from you. You swing. And then it's not a sudden fall.
Yep.
It's a swing. You basically choke to death.
It takes you a while on that one.
Yeah. Another one that is, I guess, movie popular is burying them in the sand, so where their head's up.
Oh yeah.
They can't get out. Yeah. They're going to die, but they're basically gonna, animals will get to them.
Just kind of prolong the process.
Yeah. That's the way that goes. So
wow.
Now here, I guess we have a few more subjects I wanted to go over here.
Okay.
Drug crimes. I I don't know. Where do you feel on this?
That's a tough one. I mean,
It is. It kind of is.
obviously, I don't think that any kind of dealer should try to deal to kids or anything like that.
Right.
I mean, I think unfortunately, if you're gonna try drugs, OD, I mean, you have that coming to you, kind of. I mean, not really. I mean, if you're gonna be stupid and overdo it, I mean, I guess you learn your lesson really quick, not to do it again.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Well, the problem is they don't.
Yeah. I mean, I wish like more people would realize what they're doing to themselves.
Oh, me too.
And maybe that would deter them. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't.
Well, I think the way that drugs are classified, I don't think is correct.
Okay.
Like weed as a drug or LSD or acid, that's something you really can't really overdose with. I mean, I could even see heroin. A lot of those all had some type of medicinal purpose at one point.
Okay.
Opium did. They all had a purpose there.
Yeah.
So I'm less inclined to say drug use shouldn't really be a crime, but selling drugs should be.
Okay. Well, what if you like injure somebody else while you're high?
Then you're committing a crime.
Okay.
So if you can injure somebody else whether you're high, to me that's not an excuse.
Okay.
Okay, you can't say, oh well, you know, I was putting on my makeup and I didn't see the person walk out in front of my car. I shouldn't get manslaughter. Well, you should have been putting makeup on your car.
Right.
Okay, that's just the way that goes.
Yeah.
So if you
So you're kind of like your PSA is if you're going to do drugs, stay at home.
Yeah.
And not do stupid shit.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
if you want to do drugs in your own home, I don't care.
Okay.
That shouldn't be illegal. Selling drugs should be illegal. Now that's that line of
So how are you going to get the drugs to do at home?
well, you have to go find a drug dealer, and I will tell you, they should assume all the risk.
Okay. They deal at their own risk. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And instead of targeting the people that are using the drugs, start targeting the people that are selling them.
True. Yeah.
You could cut all. Oh yeah, so and so. Some guy bought a pound of marijuana, and he does that every year, and he does it in his house. Who fucking cares?
Right. Yeah.
All right. Who sold him that pound of marijuana? Go after their ass.
Yep. The drug cartel.
Right.
Yeah.
Or Colorado. No. It just depends on where you're at.
Yeah.
No, I don't think, and I would say like marijuana shouldn't really be on the list. It's almost better than I would rather have someone high on weed than on alcohol, actually.
Yeah, that's
I don't see people high on marijuana going out and committing crimes. They're too busy eating chips in their couch.
that's true.
There's just or playing a video game and
Yeah.
oh dude, did you see that? Yeah. If I move my hand like this, it looks like a fish, man. You're not doing anything on weed.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, I would have to kind of agree, as long as you're in your own house and that you don't go out and do something stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
And if you're good enough to make your own drugs and you are not selling it, so be it. No crime committed.
What are they doing? Pulling a Breaking Bad?
Yeah, why not? So what you're saying is if some guy with arthritis, some old guy that's 70 has arthritis, and he has 3 pot plants in his backyard, that he cultivates his own marijuana and he just uses it for himself, he's not harming anything.
Okay,
true.
He's
no.
not doing anything.
a meth lab might be a little bit of a different story, though.
Not if he's just making meth for himself.
Well, yeah.
Him and his girlfriend. They're in there together. They're making their meth, and they're not harming anybody. He's not selling it to kids. Now, if his kids get into it, and he gets kids get into his drug stash, now you're talking a crime.
Okay.
So if you're a meth head and you want to make it yourself and you don't have kids, you're fine.
Or make sure you lock it up real tight.
Yeah. We have to do it for guns. Why can't we do it for meth? Yeah. Yes, officer, that's my meth safe and my gun safe right next to each other.
That would not go over good.
That would not go well.
No, it probably won't, but who cares? I just, we're criminalizing people that get addicted to this stuff.
Yeah.
When most of the time they're just, I hate to say it, but that's our big pharma. Our big pharma could dope us up all they want.
Oh, yeah.
And it's perfectly legal. But heaven forbid we decide to do it on our own without their help. No, because it's a money thing. Fuck them.
Exactly. It's all about the money.
Yeah. So I can buy the drugs to get me the same high as long as I buy it from Big Pharma and I line their pockets with money instead of, Jack down the street who's been selling marijuana to my father for
Buy local.
20 years. Yeah. Buy local. Holy crap. We're going to go to the farmer's market. She's going to be like, oh, where's the weed dealer here? I want, can I get some beef jerky? Can I get some apples and some weed?
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Oh my God.
All right next to each other. Apparently you can do that in Colorado now, right?
Probably, yeah.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Well, no, because I remember when we went there and we got the little pamphlet in the hotel. I mean, you can't really go out in public and smoke it.
Well, I mean, you're not supposed to. They say not to because they have to. But, I mean, that goes back to my privacy in your own home. Well, you could do what the fuck you want.
Yeah, that's true.
As long as you're not hurting anybody, that's a different story.
So, that was interesting.
Now, I mean, here's the thing. What if you have like a pedophile and he has a sex kid doll that he takes care of that problem all the time? Technically, that's a crime. You know that?
Yeah.
It shouldn't be. I would much rather him take care of that issue.
Take care of the doll than a kid. Yeah. Okay.
Fuck that child doll all you want. Leave the kids alone.
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, would you? What's the alternative? I have to say, what's the alternative? I know.
I was not expecting doll to come out of your mouth.
Well, yeah. If you have a doll that looks like a child and you use it for sex dolls as in a child form is a crime. I don't think that should be. I would say if you're a pedophile and that's what it is, go ahead and label themselves as a pedophile, keep kids away from them, and let him have fun with his sex doll to get that. Because anybody that knows, and it was a big joke back in the day, if you really like the girl you're going to go out, jerk one off before you go on the date so you don't, do anything stupid. You don't remember that? Is it you rub one out real quick so you're not you don't have that horny going in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's just most people, if they're sexually frustrated, that can cause a problem. They when people get frustrated and they get that buildup, it can cause problems. If he's taking care of that problem with a sex doll, he might leave kids alone. This is the reason why when anybody's watching a porno, they watch the first 3 to 5 minutes. The guy's done. They don't sit there after they've climaxed and still watch the porno. You don't do that. You turn the shit off. Okay. Maybe save where you left off. I don't know. I don't think that should be a crime. I'm just saying.
Okay.
I think that would be a way of keeping that guy from
From
going out
going
there
after
and
kids, yeah.
yeah,
I
because
mean,
the doll or the alternative, and I'd prefer the doll. I would prefer neither one, but
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but sometimes the lesser of two evils kind of wins. Arson is another one.
yeah.
If you want to burn your shit down,
Go
burn it
for
down. Now, if you burn it down and you're trying to commit insurance fraud, they shouldn't pay it. And then
Yep.
part of the punishment is now, guess what? You can't have insurance on anything anymore. You'll have to have like a bond for anything, and you have to forfeit any of that and then be done. I
That's
think
a good
that would
idea,
be
yeah, too. I mean, yeah, if you want to burn your shit, burn it, but don't go burning somebody else's or something
Yeah.
that's not yours. Yeah.
I agree.
So, yeah, it's just people are crazy nowadays.
I know.
I mean, it's a crazy, crazy world out there.
Now, my last one here, suicide.
Okay.
Suicide is a crime. I don't think suicide should be a crime.
I don't think it should be either.
If someone wants to kill themselves, by all means, take yourself out of the world. I don't have a problem with that. Now, I understand depression is a issue. I understand that there's a lot of stuff, and I will always tell people they should seek help before they get to that point.
Yeah.
But if a person has gotten to the point where they want to commit suicide, and if they fail, they shouldn't have to worry about going to jail.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and I think there should be help out there. I mean, yeah, you should want to give them help, not throw them in jail.
Right.
Because what's that going to do, really? I mean, you're going to put them in with hardcore criminals, and
Right.
yeah,
And,
I don't get that either.
I think that is. I don't think that should be a crime. That if that should be, you need help, and maybe a mental hospital will be helping.
Yeah.
Now this goes for, I guess there's two different types of suicide people. People who are suicidal, and then people that are near end of life. Okay. So let's say someone has cancer, there's no hope. Instead of them, I guess, going to full term for it, knowing that they're going to die and they don't want to go through that agony, and they decide, you know what, I've got bone cancer. It gets very, very agonizing. I'm going to be on so many pain meds that I'm not even going to know who I am at that point. I might decide to say, you know what, I don't want to go to that point. I want to go ahead and take me out now.
Well, and I think some states do have like an assisted suicide, don't they?
Assisted suicide is still illegal in a lot of states.
Yeah, there's only like maybe a handful of states that have it.
I think very few, and I still think it might be illegal on the federal level.
Oh, okay.
So assisted suicide is still kind of considered manslaughter or murder in certain cases. So if you have your wife and she's dying of cancer, she's stage 4. There's no hope. You got to the point where, the chances of survival is so minuscule that, we could go through all these hoops, but you're gonna want to die going through the hoops, and then still possibly die. Someone in that situation should say, you know what? I want to go. I want to do that one last vacation. When we get back, I'm going to have my husband, take me out back and,
Well, I think you could do it a little bit more humanely, but
Yeah.
I mean,
well, listen, I'm a gun guy. If I was going to be, if I knew I was end of life, take me out and plug one right between the eyes.
okay.
Take me out. Listen, it goes to the old saying, die with your boots on.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
So some people might want to do that. Say, hey, you know what?
I mean, we do it
I'm end of
for
life.
Yeah. I mean, we do it for our animals. I mean, why can't we do it for ourselves?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You say, hey, that one last vacation, and then let's go parachuting. You get the parachute. I don't.
Oh.
Oh, that's sad.
but it's the end of life.
But
you're going out. You're going out the way you want to go.
That is true.
Now I'm sure you'll have to pay. Maybe clean up the mess. Someone's gonna have to clean up that mess.
Oh,
Sorry.
wow.
Well, I mean,
Okay. Yeah.
but I mean, what happens if someone is like loves that adrenaline? That's what they did. Mm-hmm. I used to love driving. Driving down the driving all over the place. I want to die behind the wheel. So you know what? Sign me up for that crash test dummy position. I'll hold it steady. I'll make sure I'll hit
donate
that
my
wall.
body to research.
Yeah.
There you go.
I
Live research.
It kind of sounds horrible to a certain point, but I mean,
but you're kind of right.
I don't want to be.
Yeah. I mean, you are though.
Yeah.
I mean, you can make your mark on that brick wall, I'm sure. I mean, I'm just saying, if you're at end of life, you know what?
You should have that choice.
You have that choice. If you want to go softly into the night, give them medicine. If you want to, you know what? I want to die in motion. So be it. However you want it. Listen, it's your death. You should be able to go the way you want to go.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean,
Okay.
each their own.
Right.
But, and I don't think helping someone do that because they're at end of life should be a problem.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
And it should come to a point where, I don't know, if you say, hey, you know what? I'm 99. I don't want to go in a nursing home.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to become a problem there. Even if you're not end of life like that, if you got to the point where you're just getting to that point and you don't want to do that,
Yeah.
you should have that choice. As a person, you should have that choice.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I totally against the opposite spectrum of that. Kids, no. I guess if they're terminal and they're, that's one thing. But kids, just because they're depressed or suicide, they need help.
Right.
They need to get help.
Okay, yeah.
People in their 40s or 50s, they need help when they get into that situation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying suicide is ever the answer,
Right.
but when it comes to that end of life situation, go out the way you want to go out. I mean, people do that. People should be able to do that.
And there's nothing, as long as you're not like taking somebody with you.
Yeah.
I mean,
as long as you're only taking yourself out,
Yeah.
or you're only taking out the person that's in that situation, that I could see.
okay. Yeah.
I could totally see it. I love going skydiving. Take the parachute, go one last thrill with me. See, here's the problem with this. God damn, that would just suck. Can you imagine? We're both, I'm gonna die on this journey. You have to float your ass down and watch me go splat.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, that's messed up to do to somebody.
That's messed up.
That is. So I what I'm saying is, maybe you don't want to do that.
Go parachuting by yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just oh, he signed up. I'll go watch him crash the car.
Yeah, and I don't know about that. I mean, like, put yourself in like the skydiving company's position. Like, I wouldn't want to be that pilot that takes that person up to be their last parachute.
I wouldn't care. Why did that bother you?
I don't know. I just think that would be weird.
That would just be. I feel like it would be wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, like.
That's because we are saying, because as a society, we say it's wrong. If that's the way the guy says, you know what, I'd
be like, I guess, like, here, take a shot before you go.
Right.
I mean,
it's that
but
last
it would still
party.
feel weird doing that, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it would just feel weird.
You just have them sign a waiver. And make sure it's well documented that this is it. Because I sure as hell don't want that wife and that husband up there and go, we're going to parachute. oh, I pushed him out the plane. Yeah, he wanted to die this way.
Yeah.
No, we're
No.
not talking that.
Okay.
I don't know. It's extreme to a certain point, but there are people that live on that extreme edge.
Yeah.
You know, how many people do you know that, like, God, I'm assuming if you were to pass away, instead of having a hearse, if we could do a old-fashioned hearse with a horse pulling your body.
Yeah. Horse-drawn carriage, yeah.
Yep. Is that you?
Yep.
See?
That would be so cool.
So why can't, if you could get your last wishes to do that, why can't you do the other? Because you find it gross, because you find it what?
Well, it's not necessarily that. I would feel awkward if I was a pilot taking someone up just to jump out of my plane.
So
that's not something I guess you would do every day.
No, I hope not. But
I mean,
now that's going to be a pilot's choice. I think that should be a conversation that you have with the pilot. You say, "Hey, this is my last ride. I'm going to jump out of your plane without a parachute, and I'm going to die today. You know, this is how I would like to go out. You want to help me or not?" And he has a choice of saying, "Yeah, no. Find another pilot that'll do that."
yeah. Okay.
I mean, I don't know. That's kind of crazy.
Sense. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I definitely think that should be an option, you know, if you're terminally sick or anything like that, because you just don't want to live like that and just being miserable all the time. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, I mean,
I could see it.
Yeah.
Just like people like, you know, oh, tattoos are horrible. They want to damn people for tattoos.
Well, then don't get a tattoo. If you don't like it, don't get one and don't look at it.
Yeah. I just think, and I know we're way, I mean, the whole suicide is way out there. I know.
Yeah.
What I guess my point is, not everything should be a crime. Mm-hmm. And let's stop punishing people for decisions that doesn't hurt anybody but either themselves or really nobody.
Yeah. I agree. I think it's something that should be looked at.
Yeah. Drugs are the same way. I mean, drugs get there as well. I mean, you could overdose. You can, take drugs to the point where you're, in a coma or.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's, if you want to do it and you want to, harm yourself, then go for it. Just don't do it to anybody else.
Yeah. And I don't agree with self-harm either. But, I mean, I want to say the stigmata of mental health needs to come off on a lot of this stuff.
Oh, yeah. Our mental health system definitely needs a lot of help itself.
Yeah. And I hate to say it, but even some of these crimes that are not really crimes that get there, the answer is always the same. Well, let's just lock them up.
Yeah.
Oh, you're suicidal, let's lock you up. Oh, you're this, let's lock you up. Oh, you're that, let's lock you up. Oh, you did drugs, let's lock you up. You didn't do the drugs that we wanted you to do. You did other drugs, let's lock you up.
Yeah.
I just the answer isn't just throwing the key away on a lot of these.
Yeah, there's a lot of other ways to help. So.
Well, there's a lot of other ways to help, and there's a lot of ways to punish too.
Yeah.
And I want to say any punishment that will make people think twice may be considered. And I will say sometimes the best punishment is the one you'll never have to use.
Okay.
It's getting your penis ripped off would be. I hope we never have to do that. But if that was on the table, and just because it was on the table means people aren't going to do it, it's a punishment that you never have to use.
Well, they might have to use it once to show that they'll really do it, but after that, yeah.
Okay, so the best one, the best is where you only have to use it once.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep, I'm good with that. Didn't they say
Alrighty.
that in Iron Man?
I think so, yeah.
the best weapon is the one you never have to fire. No, the best weapon is when you only have to fire once.
Oh, okay.
I think Iron Man, the first Iron Man, I think he said that in.
Oh, wow.
I think that was Iron Man, the original, when he was doing the weapons demonstration for the Jericho missile.
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
Yeah. Okay.
It's the same
Yep.
logic for punishment. See, Marvel has it right all over. All right.
Yeah.
If you like what we say, like what we do, you could like, subscribe, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, X, whichever one you want to do there.
Yep. And then, of course, you can listen to us on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple, Samsung, or YouTube Music.
And we also are on regular YouTube, Rumble, and we do TikTok videos as well.
Yep. We're all over the place.
We are. Make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment. If you don't like what we say, leave a comment too. We go through it.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, we're a comedy show, so I want to reiterate this on this episode here. We're comedy. We do not, by any means, want to condone people committing suicide or drug use or committing crimes. That's not what we're about. We're going to make fun of it a little bit, and we're going to kind of explore the nature of the beast. But keep in mind, we're a comedy show. We push the limit for laughs.
Yes, we do.
And I pushed the limit like there is no tomorrow in this episode.
Yes, you do.
All right, I think we'll leave it there. So off with their heads. Let's let them roll.
All right. Bye, everybody.
If you like paranormal, true crime, and some cryptids, or just anything weird, check out Ouch! Was That a Ghost? Brought to you by your host, Liz. You can find Ouch! Was That a Ghost on Spotify, Apple, or any audio platform. New episodes drop every Thursday.